Here's a ton of tips you'll wish you knew sooner in Black Ops 6 ranked play. If you learned something for this video, like, subscribe, and let's get straight to the tips. And tip number 1 is a nade spot from the defensive spawn right here. What you need to do is slide once, then aim the nade over these 2 red posters, and then jump and send it, going more for distance than for height. You'll see here there's the car exploding that it's going to hit. But if we go to this card here, that's essentially where it lands. Blowing up here, and the timing works out so on search and destroy as people are running towards laundry or elephant or gens, they will get taken out by this nade on their way. And for the next nade, if you're tired of people sitting on this truck by the B bomb site, what you can do from the offensive spawn is once you pass this green crate, send a nade between this red bell and the corner of this building, going more for distance than for height, like the last one. And this will blow up on the truck. Let's see if we'll actually get a kill cam here. We do. So the nade goes up and over, crosses the 18, and then explodes directly on the truck we were just talking about. There's a huge problem with control on this map, and that's that the offensive team gets to the diner control point before the defensive team can even defend it. So here's how we're going to counter that. What you're going to do off the defensive spawn is cut right to the other side of the cop car, then immediately jump and throw a nade at the chicken billboard. And this will blow up directly on that path. You'll see it on this kill cam here. Goes up and over the building, landing right at the concrete square. This nade will land perfectly on their path to the B control point, and is pretty much the only way to stop them from getting there. I'll show you again just for good measure. You jump and send it over, aiming at the chicken billboard, and it lands directly on that car, blowing it up and stopping them from going to the B control point. And now that we have those nade spots out of the way, we're going to go over the most important hardpoint aspects of this map. The P2 hill is right here, and some great spots to watch the back are, of course, from the cop car and back here in the square. Going all the way back here allows you to watch both the RV push as well as the flank from yellow. If your teammates have this side and you want to further block the back, there's actually a spot right here that allows you to jump up onto the hedge and shoot towards both the street push and the yellow push right here. Just be careful because you can't strafe or move too much, as it's kind of a bad ledge and wants to kick you off the whole time. So the best way to do it consistently is to go directly up to the hedge and then just do a jump while leaning forward. And you can even crouch with this too before standing up and chowing. Just again, make sure that you're not moving your left stick or else you'll get bumped off. You can do this from the other side too if you're wanting to chow the back square. During the P3 hill, what a lot of people overlook is how important it is to have these back spawns here, especially going over into the next hill P4. You always need to have somebody back here on this truck because it hard blocks these spawns. And these spawns are so easy to flip, so you need to make sure you have somebody back here at all times, because if you don't, you're going to be spawning way out here when the next hill is right here. It's also important to hold the back left and make sure nobody's flanking through the deep. Fortunately for P4, there are spawn points both on the left and the right side, so you can properly block from either side. Now, if you're trying to contest this P3 hardpoint, keep in mind you can go out of bounds and then jump inbounds to contest. You don't have to dive or slide or do anything crazy. I would just pull your pistol out and do the run like normal. And just like I showed you, you can do it either way. One thing to keep in mind, especially if you're trying to contest these back spawns or even somebody playing back here, you can do a out of the map route on the other side as well. You're a little bit more open from the street, but a lot of people don't know that you can do this. So you will catch people off guard that might be playing back here looking more towards P3 when all of a sudden you're running outside the map. You can do the same thing from the other side as well. I would just jump inbounds here, making sure that you don't bump onto anything like that roof. And this is another great way to contest the P3 hill if they're like on this head glitch over here, making sure that you aren't able to cross on the front. Just take that back route outside the map that I was showing earlier. On top of SWAT, what you can do here is actually lay down, and this gives you a nice little stair glitch almost that looks over the entire street. From the opponent's perspective, especially when they're way deep like this, it's extremely hard to take shots on you. When from the other point of view, they're standing out in the open like a free kill. If you remember from my Volt video, laying down on your back is incredibly overpowered if you find the right head glitch. If you're trying to hold P4, I would lay down here and then turn around so you're on your back. And if I turn around here, I can see opponents that are pushing the window from the other perspective. They have to jump in order to see me. So in an actual game, you won't be completely untouched because they're going to be jumping up into the windows and looking for you. But you should always remember to keep a true peeker's advantage when holding the hardpoint. A super easy way to do that is just to lay down on your back. That way you can see them so much easier than they can see you. One of the coolest head glitches on the game here is on top of this trash can. If you jump and mantle it, you can look inside of elephant. If you angle it just right, you can see the left side cross as well as the right side cross. And from the opponent's POV, you blend in really well, so it's hard to see that you're there unless they know to look for you. If you're playing against a good opponent, it might not be a bad idea to clear this head glitch before looking towards the double doors or towards the bomb site. If you're a player in search and destroy that likes to play for information, you can jump on these boxes right here. And if you angle yourself just right, you can see the cross into laundry through the hole. You can see the cross to A-bomb through these double doors right here. And you can also see the way deep street heady and the way deep street cross to get into diner. While this is a very obvious and day one spot, it's huge for information and locks down a ton of the map. You could even pair this with a teammate going to that head glitch we showed earlier. That way you kind of have the right flank through laundry or the deep street, and they would be able to sit on this head glitch a lot more comfortably looking over laundry. Here at the hedges, you should keep in mind that all of them are able to be wall banged completely through either side. So if you get somebody weak and they end up sliding behind the hedges, be sure to keep firing through, as you might be able to finish the kill that way. In courtyard, you can lay down behind this dumpster and it gives you a nice head glitch looking towards mid. You are a little bit open to glass, but situationally, if you're looking to lock down this side of the map, this is a great way to do so. And here at this orange crate by the RV, if you lay down on your back, kind of like how we did in P4, you have another peeker's advantage that looks over the street. And yet again, from the opponent's perspective, it is so much harder to see you than it is for you to see them. You can do this on the other sides of the orange crate, but keep in mind the railing here is not as high as the one over there. So it's still a really good spot, just not quite as overpowered. If you're a player that likes to challenge into gens, what you can do is long slide once going through the double doors. And if you land just right, you have a head glitch where your feet are sticking out on this side and it's only your head that's looking towards zig. And from the opponent's perspective, this is way harder to shoot at than just a traditional slide chow. A good spot for information and laundry is on this windowsill right here. And if you jump up, you can see the elephant cross, the further left cross towards the bomb site, and then of course you have the doors that lead into laundry. This is huge post plant because you can just throw a shoulder right here towards the A bomb site before backing up and playing the same spot. From the same spot, if you get information that somebody's mid, you can lay down and check it from underneath this vehicle right here. And of course, you can crawl up and peek towards the bomb site if you need to. In case you didn't know, you can get on top of diner through this spot right here. This allows you to look over towards P3, as well as challenge anybody that might be playing the way far back, blocking spawns. And there is a great corner here that allows you to hold P3 while also being a little bit less exposed from the street or the flank. Also, if anybody pushes out of diner, you'll have a great angle on them. Going into diner, you can jump on top of this table here and look towards laundry. And here at the 18-wheeler, there's a couple cool spots you need to know. One of them, if you slide onto these crates here, if you stay crouched, you have a nice head glitch that looks over towards the truck, as well as the further side of the street. This is a great spot post plan if you have somebody that's watching your back. You can do the same thing from these pallets here looking towards RV. You can even lay down and watch your right cross if people are pushing up towards the bomb site. And if you're cheeky enough, you can allow them to cross on the left and then shoot them in the back. On top of 18 is of course a great power position. There are a couple ways to get there. One of them is from this wall right here. If you strafe jump, you can mantle on top of the 18. I like to mention as well, keep in mind that your shadow is visible, so people will be able to tell that you're here. If you want to get rid of that, you can lay down and stay super still. Another way on top of the 18 is of course from the bomb site, but you can jump on top of the tires, and if you strafe far enough to your left, you will catch a mantle up to top. And if you end up planting the B-bomb on this side, keep in mind that the entire office wall here is wall bangable. So if you want to check the bomb, you can do so by kind of spraying around until you find where they're at, and then completely take them out from there as well. And up next, we're going to go over callouts for Rewind. That way you can talk in game chat and feel confident while calling out to your teammates. So let's start here in P1. I like to call this side glass, and glass leads to courtyard or hedges. If we push further back, there's SWAT. SWAT is in front of P4. People will just call this one out of the map if you know that somebody's going here contesting P3. This is P3. I like to call this square. This is flip car. Flip car leads back into P1. This is laundry or laundry hole. Some people call this hole in the wall as well. Over here is elephant or stage. If we push past stage, we get to gens. Gens has zig, which leads back to glass or P1. And if we go back into gens, this is green crate. Green crate goes towards P2. This area is P2. Further back is cop car, and this is back square. This building here is yellow. Some people might call it orange as well. This is diner. Top diner, people will also call this burger as well. If somebody's playing this window, you can call it drive-through. And through diner, which leads back to P3. This building right here is office. Again, behind it is P4. Further back here, we have B truck, which leads to 18-wheeler. This is B bomb site. This is gray crate, which is in front of gens. Behind gens is RV, and then we have orange crate, and then the orange crates over here as well. And those are my tips and tricks for Rewind. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, definitely let me know with a like or a sub, and I will catch you next time at lunchtime.